Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Divide by Sheep. Now, I think today might be the last day of new puzzles. If we get through these last row, and then it's just... I'm probably going to spend some extra effort to try and get 90 stars, but I'm not sure I'm actually going to make it that far, really. There are... I think just going to increasingly be one or two puzzles that are going to drive me crazy. So we need 4 sheep in the middle here. So that's the thing we should look at. If I was to throw this here and then throw this here, that's just like the exact right amount of sheep to get 2 stars. But there's pretty obviously got to be some other trick here. Like we need to kill basically 7 things, which means we need to kill this 3 and this 4. And how can we do that? This 4, if we move things around, could take out 4. And then we could take out another 1 that way. But do we want to take out 4? Because then we wouldn't have... So complicated math here. I think it's going to take place and play a part on this. The only other thought is that we could maybe, like, if we threw this, would this kill just 1? No, it would either kill both of these, and it would give us 1 sheep, which might be helpful. Yeah, I wonder if the move is you've got to split here, and then from that split, I wonder if the move is that you have to kill all 3 of these guys, which you wouldn't have to play in any real order to do that. So you could move things all around. Like, we haven't done anything yet. But as soon as I make that first move, if it's the wrong move, it's going to be a problem. So these 3 could be here, and then this would kill it. That would leave us with 4 remaining sheep, which I guess we could just kill. So I don't even think the split matters too much. Well, I think this may straight up just be a case where you throw this here. Now we need to kill 4. How do you kill 4? You do that. Then you do that. Then you do that. So this is another super easy puzzle, really. And I have to just assume that they really didn't playtest them enough to try and balance the difficulty out, or there might be inherently some element about the layout and the elements and how they interact that creates this inconsistency as far as difficulty. But it might also be a case that it actually was fairly difficult to get like this challenge done or this challenge done, and the last part was easy. So if I get lucky, or if I spend the energy to get the first or second challenge done, by the time I've solved the third challenge, maybe I just feel like the puzzle is easy. Alright, so first thing I wanted to do there was figure out where the burners were, because they're covered in oil, which I think this really highlights the weirdness around the oil. The oil has never played any kind of positive role, or even really a negative role, up until this point, and we're at the end of the game. Sure, it hides where the burners are, but it doesn't do anything else. So we want to lose 7. If I threw over here, I would lose 1. Then we want 6 pigs at the end. So we don't want to, we can't lose more than 1 pig. And we pretty much have to lose 1 pig, which means we have to get some kind of overage. So almost certainly that is the first move. So now we have our 1 pig. Then we have a 5 here on the sheep. So what do we do to eliminate it? It feels like you could probably just use the 1 pig to kill the right number. Yeah. So the only thing that might be a slight problem here is we've got to just keep the numbers balanced. We need this grouping and this grouping to equal 5 while leaving 1 over here so we can make it through here. So the first move almost certainly is to just do that. Eliminate the things that can die. It won't matter. And then this just seems like this is gonna be so easy. Once again. I don't think I can really agree with the idea of the last few puzzles intentionally being easy in pretty much any puzzle game. I think that is the wrong way to end. If anything, you want the puzzles to be maybe slightly harder than the latest puzzles before the very last puzzle, or you want a straight up gauntlet. The Witness does an interesting thing where it tries not to have any one puzzle be the last puzzle until you really are at the last puzzles. And even then, the puzzles are very varied. But then there is a secret area with a gauntlet that puts a timer on the puzzles where none of the other puzzles in the Witness actually have timers in them, so you can just think them through. And it creates a gauntlet where you have to race through an area, solving multiple puzzles of multiple styles on that timer. Okay. So my guess here is you probably just want to do that. Nope. That was the wrong move. We probably want to do that. Now the way this is all going to play up is we're probably not even going to use this. There. We need this 9 to work its way around. So then we'll have a 6 and a 6. Let's get 1 star to start with here. Now the question is, how can we get 2? 6 going here would just be 1. Combining these 2, maybe it was a mistake. So the only hope here would be to combine these 2, lose 3, jump that, and then you've got that. That's still not good enough, so maybe you straight up just do this instead. So there's your 1. There's your 2. And then I'm just going to be short by 2. Okay. So I think the safety probably is still here. To play that way. Play that way. And then we have our 5. So then the move is to just get this down to 5 and 4. And then we'll get 1 sheep out of the way. That's 5. That's 4. That was a little bit more challenging. It almost feels like every row is an attempt, or probably not even every row, probably more just a case that there is a section here in the middle of, there are groupings of puzzles, and that there is some attempt to try and keep them both, some try to make them a selection of easy and medium and hard, but I may literally just be describing what random means at that point. Okay. If we were going to use this platform at all, we would have to feed that there. And then from that, we could be here. Seems like what you want to do is kill this one also. So if I could get a 5 and then a 6, that's not enough. This in total should be 7 if you did that. Okay. We can definitely get the second star, but we are 1 shy of the 3rd star. If we just put this here and then did this, that would get us 8 to start with. I would feel like that is just perfect. But then that 2. Oh, wait a minute. I think that may be the solution. No, it isn't. Still 1 short. And if we threw a 5 here, that wouldn't do anything for us, would it? Five plus this would be 9, so that's too many. If I threw the 4 here, it would just kill 4, and then that would be 9 again. Yeah, it definitely doesn't seem like that's the way. It really seems like you have to keep the 4 separate one way or the other. Which really does feel like you're limiting yourself. You're down. 1 death that way. That. And then I assume that. If I added the 5 here, it would do nothing. So the trick seems to me like there needs to be some way to move things around, but there is no way to move things around. We need this platform to exist. So I can't move the totem. I probably do have to move the totem, don't I? So now I have 3. 3 plus 4 would still be 7. I still don't really have anywhere to go. If I jump this, it kills 4, which is too many. And you won't be trapped if you go here. So it's gotta be that there has to be a division, I guess. It looks like we're gonna take at least one more episode to finish these puzzles. Yeah, we've got to figure out how to get a big number on this spot. And I don't see a way that happens. It feels like these teleporters are pointless. Let's throw here and just see if that's the case. Definitely seems like that's the case. So then that tells me this has to be a combination where you do something like that, and then that leaves you with just 2. Well, I found it. The trick was to use the teleporters instead of just sitting there ignoring them. So, I think this may be the last puzzle. Let's see if we can figure this out. Well, the first question, we see a TNT here, we see a TNT here. So wherever these guys jump, they can't go back. We see a switch here. It feels like to me there may actually not be any real trick to this. So nothing's set on fire, so the switch is literally in the middle here. Or they are on the switch, actually. So then we want 6. Seems like the whole goal here is just to probably do that. Since it's just die, 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 just throw everything in the middle. And that was the last puzzle, and that definitely felt like that was a custom puzzle designed. And I imagine you would just really mess things up. Although, you're probably not going to mess things up too much. Because if your requirement is just to kill 6, all you need is just like the absolute basic math to figure out how to do this. Kind of doesn't matter how you go about it, you will succeed. Honestly, I'm questioning if you could even screw up. Which I think there probably is a way you could screw up. Here. Yeah. If you, for instance, did something like this, and then went over here and did something like that, then maybe did something like that, and then maybe the one limiting factor here. There we go. Just flippantly clicking things. Found the way. So yes, there is a way to screw up. So that is World of Ruins done. Let's go to the main menu and see if we see anything. No real fanfare for any of that. Let's go ahead and turn the gore on and let's see what we can accomplish now. So we should be able to, theoretically, if we've learned anything in this series, now go back to a puzzle like this one and solve it very quickly. That is the big if. So some of this, I think, definitely comes down to the idea of just having good vision and foresight. Just looking ahead. Like this number 1 wolf is going to be difficult no matter how you do it. So how can we accomplish 5 to start with? Probably by eating 3 there. So, do we want to lose? Let's see. If we take 3 away from 8, you're going to have 5. You're going to have 5 either way. I don't think there is much of a difference either way you go. Okay. So if I take 5 from 8, I'm going to have 3. That's not what I want. I want 4. Hmm. So it does seem like there's some difficult math that has to be applied here. Perhaps the math is something closer to this. That feels good. Then the question is, what can we subtract to end up with 4? Oh, this is stupid easy, isn't it? You do that, and you have 4. You do that, you have 5. So yeah, I do suspect that this is probably the way all the puzzles may be. Although, maybe not all of them. Maybe just some of them are actually really stupid easy, and I just overlook things. So, next episode, since there really was no fanfare here, we'll start just going through all these 2 stars and 1 stars, and we'll see if we can get the remaining 10 stars for Ice World. And then we'll probably have to make several episodes to try and get the remaining 11 stars for Ice World. And then Spring World is missing 7, and World of Ruins is missing 2. So there's potentially another 5 episodes here to go through. Now, on the achievement side, I can see I have 13 of 19, which means there's 6 achievements. Which, let's see, if I was to get an achievement for doing this, which would make sense, that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. That still leaves us with 2 achievements. One could be for getting 2 stars on every puzzle, and one could be getting 3 stars for every puzzle, and that would make some sense. As far as looking at the achievements and the percentage completed, beating the World of Ruins, so getting effectively to the end of the games, despite the fact that there aren't credits, I usually describe this as getting to credits, has only been done by about 28% of players on Steam, which is very much in line with your average video game, in that really slightly less than 30% of your player base even makes it to the credits, which is one of the things that Nintendo tries to combat, and I think they do a decent job by effectively having like a Mario Odyssey ending where you only have to get like 60 moons in Mario Odyssey to get to the ending and the credits, and then there's just a lot more moons and entire worlds, I believe, that unlock after you get to the big boss, get past the big Bowser boss fight. Yeah. And if you were just to use a star system like this, then I probably should have hit a credits and said, congratulations, you won, when I collected about 140 stars. But yeah, that should give me like a bronze medal or something and show the credits for reaching that spot. It'd be kind of hard in these kinds of puzzle games to break up the game and imply to the player that they shouldn't even bother to do the remainder of the puzzles, which is why there probably should be, in a game like this, a level 1 like this in white, And then once you've done about half the puzzles, so once you'd gone through like 15 of the Dark World, then there probably should have been some dark versions of the original puzzles, just remixes on it to get another 3 dark stars. And so you'd have like 3 yellow stars, 3 black stars, or red stars, whatever color you pick. And then those difficult puzzles would just be the ones we saw. I mean, since the layout is so simplistic in this game, that definitely would have worked fairly easily. And all of that really is just a matter of presentation, but presentation really matters in a interactive visual element. Video games, the first word in it is video. But yeah, we made it. I'm not feeling super great about this game. I'll give my final thoughts when we get to the end of the series, but that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and keep on watching. Have a good evening.